appreciate you guys coming first off. It's taking time every day for this stuff, which I really appreciate. I want to give you guys as best of an intro to Kinstretch as possible. It's only going to be one day, so it's not going to completely fix everything, but we're going to hit as many parts as we can. Today's class focus is going to be primarily on spine and most other things. When we go through this whole system, as I've said just previously, there's always a way out of every single position we do. So, if you're feeling uncomfortable or painful, more specifically, in a specific position, I don't want you to go there. Okay? However, there are going to be some uncomfortable positions that I'm going to ask you to get into, and then I'm going to ask you to contract in those positions. So it's not going to be like something you've done before. The whole setup of this, we're going to first start with some breathing. We're going to go over our morning routine, which is our cars routine. That's taking every single joint you guys have through this full range of motion, through all the degrees of freedom to make sure that you maintain your joints. And then slowly build you into certain positions and have certain exercises within those positions. And we'll go over the names when we get there. The entire Kinstretch system designed to make your movements better, designed to make you guys do whatever you do better. So I might touch on yoga, CrossFit, bodybuilding, all that kind of stuff, and I might say, hey, we have a lot of injuries with that specific form of exercise. That's most likely due to the fact that we don't have prerequisites for that specific movement. So what this is aiming to do is to make sure that you have certain prerequisites to do a movement. So CrossFit is great for you to get in shape, but not if you don't have a fully functioning hip. When you make a fully functioning hip, you can get better at CrossFit. Same thing with bodybuilding, same thing with yoga. You can get in certain positions that yoga asks you to get into, and contracting them, you're going to get better. So keep that in mind as you go through this, that whatever you're trying to do better, I'm trying to help you get there and try to make that a more efficient process. Okay? With the cars, I have it up on the screen here just as a reminder. I'm going to cue you for this the entire time. The first thing before you do a car for any point, you breathe in, you irradiate, and you make tension in your body, and then you do the movement. You want to move each joint one joint at a time. You want to make sure that we're only moving whatever joint I've asked you to move. So if I want to see what your neck can do, I don't want your thoracic spine to rotate side to side. If I want to see what your shoulder can do, I don't want to see your lumbar spine extending here. And I'll key you guys through all the specifics when we get there. In addition, this is a big thing too, the cars are a self-assessment. So when you go through this and you feel a closing angle pain, which might happen in different areas for everybody, closing angle pain looks like this. If I go my chin down here for a neck cover, and I bring it over to the left side, and I feel a pinch right here in my left side, so I'm going towards that way, that's a closing angle pain. Don't go in that position. The only thing that should limit me in that position is the stretch on this side of my neck, not what's happening over here. If you have that pain, don't go through it. I have plenty of clients who have rods in their neck for some reason, and I don't want them to go over that position. That's completely fine. If you find that, that means that joint is not really functioning properly. If you have a question about it, stay after, we'll go over a few things if you like. Questions so far? Perfect. Let's start. I want you to lay on your backs. I want you to lay on your backs the best you can. Just closing your eyes. I want your right hand to be on your belly. We're going to start with some guided breathing to get going. So when we breathe, if we're going to breathe optimally, we want to breathe through our belly as best we can. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to take you guys through a guided, counted breathing tempo. We're going to add variations as we go along. First thing, right hand on your belly. I want you to breathe in on a 4 count and exhale on a 4 count each time. As you breathe in, I want that hand to rise, and as you exhale, I want that hand to go down. Eyes closed, pulling up. We'll inhale on me. Ready? Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going right at that tempo. On your own, breathe in for a 4 count. Exhale on a 4 count. Each time you inhale, trying to push your hand up as high as you can, breathing through your belly. Expanding that stomach, trying to make it go as far as you can. Good on the next one. Same tempo. As you breathe in, I want you to try to expand that air to the sides of your abs. So instead of just your hand coming up, I want you to try to force some air on the inhale to push your abdominals on the side region, your obliques, out away from your body. So as best you can, breathing in, expanding your stomach, trying to fill air in not just the front of your belly, but the sides as well. Really breathe in, same tempo, push that belly out. Your diaphragm is a muscle that needs to be trained exactly as a muscle should be trained. Consistent, repeated stimulus. Same tempo, breathe out. On this next one, try to expand your rib cage and try to breathe through your lower back. So pushing your lower back into the ground when you breathe in. So you're expanding your entire belly. Your entire midsection is expanding when you inhale. Feel free to exhale loudly. Feel free to inhale loudly. Every time you breathe in, you should see that halo up and down. Good. Next time now, I want you to inhale on a 4 count. When you inhale, I want you to hold your breath for 3 seconds, and then exhale. So you'll inhale on 4, you'll hold for 1, 2, 3, then you'll exhale. Go right back to it. You'll inhale on 4, hold for 3, exhale 4. Completely calm the body. Inhale 4, hold 3, exhale 4. Good. Last variation. Inhale 4, hold for 3, exhale 4, hold for 3 again. So every time after you inhale and exhale, you're holding your breath for 3 seconds. Try to expand as much as you can. Try to shove as much air into your belly as possible. Try to expand, pushing that low back into the ground, pushing your obliques out, pushing your belly up. Notice how you're breathing. Notice if you're kind of sucking wind to push out. Notice if you're trying to inhale and it's not happening as good. Might be something we need to work on in the future. You breathe thousands of times a day. If I see you guys for an hour, it might be smart to work on the one thing you guys do thousands of times a day. One more breath in. One more hold. One more breath. Good. When you've done that last breath, you can stand back up. Get to the middle of your mat, get to the edge of the mat, put it where you want. We're going to stand up. Going into our carve series. Okay, now we're going to try to take all of our joints through a full range of motion, very, very slowly, one joint at a time. Okay? I'm going to start first, hands on my sides or hands across, whatever you guys want. I'm going to take my neck, I'm going to segment it slowly down to my chin, and as I go through this, do it with me. You guys need to look up at any point to see what I'm doing. By all means, do it. Chin goes down as slow as I can. I'm going to scrape my chin across my chest over to my left shoulder. And trying to get the chin as far as I can. From here, I'm taking my chin up to the ceiling, as high as possible, trying to extend. Notice that if my shoulders are moving, notice if my low back is arching, bringing my chin all the way down to my right shoulder. Once it gets to my right shoulder, I'm slowly coming across my chest, coming back to where I started. I go back the opposite direction, sweeping over towards the right shoulder, and come back up, chin goes to the ceiling, reach across to your left shoulder, take your time, notice what's trying to move. Once you get back to the center, let's do it one more time. Chin going to your left shoulder. Take your time. Chin goes up to the ceiling. Breathe. Good. Reach over. Chin goes over to your right shoulder. Chin Chin comes down across your chest. Once you get back to the middle, go back the opposite way. 2 reps each way, scrape that chin across your chest. Chin goes high. Chin goes over to your left shoulder. And straight across the chest. Good. If you had any pain there, make note of it. See me afterwards, okay? From here, we're going to go to the entire spine now. So we just did your C-spine, now we're going to back thoracic spine and your lumbar spine. Feet go a little bit wider than shoulder width right here. Hands across my chest. I'm going to slowly segment my spine down as far as I can. This is dependent on how far you guys can go. If I can only get to here before my hips start taking over, that's your end range. From here, I'm going to twist my chest over to the left. I'm going to tilt backwards. I'm going to try to go into as much extension as possible, keeping my chin tucked on my chest, coming up and across, twisting over to the right side, flexing the spine down, coming forward, going back the opposite way. Twisting over to the right, try not to move your pelvis, trying to keep tension in the body, reach back, extend that spine as best you can, coming down, running across. Let's go one more rep on you. Slowly move your spine, notice what's moving, notice what's not moving. Try to keep your pelvis still, squeeze your glutes. Remember, radiate, create some tension in your body. You're just trying to focus on your spine moving, nothing else. Notice if there's any pain. Notice if you feel like you're only moving from one part of your spine. We'll get to that in a second. Rotate down, chest comes back forward. As soon as you finish with 2 reps total, come back up. Good. Now from here, I'm going to face this way. We're going to do scaps. We just did our spine. Now I want my spine to stay completely neutral and not move. My hands are going to be on my sides. The first thing I'm going to do, retract my scaps back as best I can without moving my hands. From here, I'm going to shrug upwards as high as I can. I'm going to reach forward as far as I can, bringing it forward and down, trying to keep my scaps protracted, but compress them slightly. From here, I come back. I'm back to where I started. Let's keep going for another rep. We come up, come over, come down, come back. Notice what's trying to move. Try not to move your T-spine up and down. Trying to just move your scaps. Once you get back to where you started, go back the opposite direction. Trying to isolate that scapula as much as possible. If I want to row, and I want to row heavy weight, I better have some control of my scapula to make sure I'm actually working my back. Notice what's difficult, notice what's not. We're getting 2 reps in each direction. Try to move your neck. If your neck is protruding here, might be a little compensation there. Try to keep your chin completely still. Now, once you finish, the big concept of this is mobility is position specific. We just did a scat bar with our hands at our sides. Let's try to do the same exact thing with our hands in front of us. Okay? From here, same exact movement, nothing changes. I pinch backwards, I reach up, try to keep your hands as far apart as they are right now. We reach forward, we come down, come back. Keep on the same direction. Reach up, reach across. Notice if your neck's got a little tension in it, try to take it away. Want tension in the full body except the neck. Notice how it's a little bit different than what we just did. Yes, you can control your scapula with your hands at your sides, but you do it when you're actually in a rowing position. No compensations. Keep that tension in your core. 2 reps each way. Really try to protract. Think about your scaps coming around your ribcage when you protract. Good. From here, going to shoulder now. We're going to go right arm first. I want your palm starting up, your shoulder as much externally and rotated as possible. Keeping your chest forward. You're going to come across your body here, keeping that elbow locked out. Notice that your chest shouldn't move. I'm getting tight in my belly, I'm squeezing, I'm irradiating, I'm coming up. My palm is facing in towards my body. From here, I want you to pretend there's an X on your bicep, and I want you to rotate that bicep outward as best you can. So if you look closely, that's my wrist, that's my elbow, that is my shoulder. A little bit different there, right? We reach back and away from our body, continuing to twist as best as I can, internally rotating my shoulder, reaching back behind me and coming forward. As we go through that, we're going to go the same direction again. This time, when you get back to here, try to rotate your chest. Okay? Palm comes up again, same direction. Sweep across, come across the body, chest stays forward. We reach high as best we can. We rotate that bicep outward. Might feel a little uncomfortable here. Keep on twisting, come back, end up pinky facing forward. Good. Now go back the opposite way. Reach back. This is where it gets uncomfortable. Rotate around. Right there. Flexing the faces there. Good. Coming across. Same exact motion. Coming down to where we started. Internally rotate. We go back. Same exact motion. Sweeping through. Rotate. Take the time. Come on up. And down. Good. Not bad. Same thing left arm. Coming across the body. Reaching up as best you can. Keeping your chest forward. Palm faces in. Now we internally rotate or reach back. Keep the abs braced. Notice if your low back is arching at all. Notice if you're rotating your chest. Keep on twisting. Pinky starts forward. When we get back, we externally rotate. Come on through again. Reach as far as you can. Try to find your end range here. Try to train your end range motion. Gotta get to the end range to make it challenging. Good. Reach back, coming forward. Nice. Going back the opposite way. Reach back as far as you can. Rotate out. I want to keep that hand as far from my body as possible. And then I want to bring it close. I want to get as close as I can across. Very good. Internally rotate. One more time. Reach back. Rotate. Come up. Twist, twist. Come across the body. And down. Not bad. Good. Now we'll go elbows. Okay. After that, your shoulders should feel pretty solid. Okay. From here, we're going both at the same time. I want palms starting facing up. As we go through this, try not to move your shoulders, try not to shrug at all. I want to bring your hands all the way up as if you're doing a slow bicep curl. I want your hands facing out away from your shoulders. So I don't want them facing in here. I want them internally rotate there as best as I can. Right now, sorry, externally. I'm going to internally rotate down. I'm going to push my hands away as best I can. Now when we do this, make sure we're not going from here forward and backward. Okay? Palms start down, go back the same way we can. Coming back up. As high as we can. Rotate. Right there. Reach away. And down. Let's get one more rep on you. Coming back up. As best you can. Rotate as far as you can. And push away. Very good. Nice. Let's go wrists. Hands out here, 90 degrees. Squeeze the fists. I want to first extend down. Good test of whether or not you should do handstand push-ups right here. Okay? If I can only get to this range of motion, and I want to put all my entire body weight on my hands, I'm going to guarantee at some point down the road, it's going to be an injury. Right? Because right now, if I can only do this, and I put my entire body weight on this little structure, we're going to have a problem somewhere. Okay? So, when we extend down, really try to get as far as you can. From here, we're going inward. Pinkies going in towards each other. We come up. Now we go out to thumb side. You don't have a lot of range here, just because of the bone structure. And we come back to where we started. Let's go again, making sure that we're not rotating my elbows. This is my elbow. This is my wrist. So when I go down and I come inwards, I want my palm to face the ceiling the entire time. Notice which wrist is having some trouble. Notice which wrist is doing okay. Might be some discrepancies there. 2 rotations each way. Time. Now moving the elbow. A common feeling throughout this is I'm telling my body to do something and it has no idea what I mean. So it's like you're sending a signal down, but it's just like, I don't know what you it's not something I can do very well. Perfect, good. We're gonna save the hip for last. Let's sit back down on our mat. We're gonna bring our knee up to our chest. We're gonna take our right arm underneath our right leg, and we're gonna base it right here on our left hand. Going to the knee. Whether or not you know it or not, you have some internal and external rotation of your knee joint. What it looks like is this. I'm gonna take my toe up to my shin. I'm gonna rotate outwards. If you look right here, as you're rotating in, rotating out. Okay? I want to start with just getting that motion down, slow and controlled, back and forth. When you feel confident in that, you're going to take your knee into external rotation. You're going to straighten your leg upward. You're going to internally rotate and come down. Now notice I said knee, I'm not asking for ankle yet. So if you got up here and when I came up you did this, okay, then I want more actual knee rotation, not ankle. Remember, try to make each joint work by itself, not in addition to any other joint. Okay? So we go out, we go up, we rotate in, we rotate down, back the same way we came. If you're struggling with it, don't go as high. The higher up you go, the harder it is to rotate. Come down here and just work on getting that rotation back and forth. Take 10 seconds, do a couple reps, whichever way you want. Notice how weird this feels. Notice that you didn't really have this kind of thing before. Kind of want to learn to do it. Yeah, good.
That's hard to connect. That's hard.
Yeah.
I'm turning my ankle.
Right, yeah.
I'm turning my knee, but I'm turning my ankle a little bit as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So your body is really efficient at compensating. Let's say my ankle doesn't really work well. My knee's going to make up for it. If my knee doesn't really work well, my hip's going to make up for it. If I want to walk from point A to point B, I'm going to walk there. You see people walking here all the time, but or limping, doing around whatever they need to do to get from point A to point B. If I can make each of those work and absorb force a little bit better by themselves, when I put it back into an entire system like a walk, we're going to get better at walking. Okay? Same way with for any other movement we want to do. Squat, lunge, bench press, whatever it is. Goes back to full correct. Okay, now, this is going to really mess you up. We're going to take our hand, we're going to put it on our shin right here. Okay? From here, I want my knee not to move at all. Now, in addition to that, I don't want my toes to move at all. That makes it a little bit more difficult. I want to do an ankle cup. So I'm going to bring my foot all the way up. I'm going to take my foot into inversion. If you have ever had an ankle sprain, you do not want to be here. However, if you don't want another ankle sprain again, you need to be here. I'm going to point it down. I'm going to bring it up as high as I can and keep on going. Notice that I don't want any knee movement at all. I just want my ankle to be moving. 2 reps each way, trying not to move your toes. Notice how uncomfortable that position is. Really try to get there, and if you hold it, you'll feel a sinking feeling in your stomach, like get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. Okay? Instead, take your time, go slow, acknowledge that feeling, come back. I love this class because it shows you how messed up we all are, including myself. Okay, other knee. From here, same exact thing, trying to work that internal and external rotation. Notice what's different about this side compared to the other side. A lot of people have one side just better. Sometimes tends to be left-legged, others tend to be right, depending on which hand you're dominant with. Okay, as soon as you're ready, extending upwards, rotating inwards, coming back down. Out, in, back up, rotate, just trying to isolate. This is also a case of I'm telling my knee what to do and it doesn't like it. It doesn't know what I mean. Right now there's not much neurological connection there. Completely normal. Good, 2 reps. Yeah, good. If you're having trouble feeling that too, it also helps to take your opposite hand and kind of put your hand right here. Some tactile feedback can really go a long way to actually feeling that sensation of back and forth. Yeah. Ankle, same thing. Curl that toe in, curl that ankle in, pointing down, coming out, keeping going, same direction, pointing down, pointing out, coming on up, back the opposite way, eversion, plantar flexion, inversion, dorsiflexion, keep going, eversion.
Are you extending your toes out?
I'm trying not to.
So, what do you do with your toes?
Let them be.
Just go long.
Your toes, the toes on your ankle, right?
They are.
I'm trying to get them up.
They are in my body.
You're all one.
Good. When you get 2 reps, feet in front of you. Good that you mentioned the toes, because now we're going to move them. Okay? So, your feet are less connection with the ground. It'd be a good idea to train them because they are joints too. Keeping all your toes on the ground, I want you to lift up the big toe. Keeping all your toes on the ground. This is a fun one.
Oh.
All the toes on the ground. Lift it
Come on,
up.
Minnie, come on, Minnie.
Come on, Paula.
You can do it.
Put it back down. Good. Toe up. Toe down.
Are you doing both?
Yeah, both at the same time. You can go, if you want to go one at a time, you can. Feel free. Toe up. Toe down. Opposite way now. Big toe stays down, everything else comes up.
Wait, what?
Ooh.
This is a mental exercise.
That's good.
Neurological.
It is all
Yeah.
neurological. Yes, it is.
Toes up, toes down.
Left.
Toes up, toes down. Notice which one's better, which one sucks. All the toes up.
Oh, it gets better.
I like that.
Big toe. Down. Big toe. Big toe.
Well, that big toe needs some strength.
Big toe. Pinky toe.
Uh-huh. That's insane. That's
So
weird.
I'll be honest. I've only practiced for about a couple months now. When I first started, it was like, there's no connection. I couldn't move. Last one, piano. Outside in, going in. If you want to really show off, because I can't do it yet, try to spread them as best you can. Some people have just the ability to spread your toes out a little more than others.
As you're pressing through.
I'm trying not to. I'm trying to just go off to the side like this. But yeah, they might end up, see, kind of down. Right.
I feel
Okay, last one, sit down. Huh? I'll say, foot cramps, be prepared for that in your hips. It'll be fine. Legs straight right here. The last one when you're sitting down, if you're squeamish with your kneecap, don't do this, or love I guess. You're going to take your kneecap, your patella, and all you're going to do is move it around and bend. Okay? Try and go in as big a circle as possible. It does not matter which way. No. So as you go through this, it might feel a little weird. However, if you want to get into a deep squat position, the more knee flexion you get into, the more your patella inferior goes forward, right? So, if I want that to be able to happen, I should probably try to do that, and given that I can't control my patella actively, we're just going to move it. When I figure it out, I'll just move it. Other one, same thing. Notice which point is good, which point's not. I can move mine back decently far. I can't move mine forward very well. It's going to be different for everybody. Just trying to move that foot forward.
When you say back, you mean out?
Like
or
back here towards
back
my
towards
body.
you?
Yeah. Good. Cool. All right, let's stand up. I want everyone to find a wall or a partner. Find a wall to hang on to or a partner to hang on to.
I find a strong partner.
Yeah, right. So, let's do a little teaching tool. I want your right hand on the wall. I want you to be facing sideways, perpendicular to the wall. Let's do a little test here. Let's take your left knee and bring it up as high as you can and back down. Ready, and up. Left knee bending, that's your right. There you go.
I thought you said bring
And down. Now, keep going. On my cue, I want the person behind, look at the person in front of them and see what happens when they lift that knee up. So, knee goes up.
What are we looking for?
I'll tell you in a second. Knee goes down. Notice what their back knee is doing. Notice if they're compensating and leaning back at all. Notice if they're leaning forward at all. Their back knee collapses. Left knee up. Left knee down. One more time, left knee up. Now hold it right there. I want you to take your left hand and grab the knee and pull it up a little higher. Pull it up higher. Pull it up higher. Now, on my countdown, 3, 2, 1, you're going to let go of your hand and try to keep your knee in the same position. 3, 2, 1, let go. Try to get it higher up. Make sure your back knee is straight. Higher, 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 and slowly lower. Slowly lower down. So, that's the difference between flexibility and mobility. You do it. Back leg straight.
She just didn't let go.
That's a little up, right? So,
Oh, let go.
flexibility or your mobility might be here. I ask you to get up a little bit, and most of you get into about 90. Some of you guys, when you guys asked you to grab it, you went up to here. That gap between your active and passive range of motion is what we want to close. Because if I say, hey, I want to squat deeper, but I can only get to here, well, I better figure out how to do that with my body weight, otherwise I'm going to have some issues when I get down to the basement with a couple hundred pounds on my back. So it makes sense why people have hip issues in we 20 years of that, right? So, from here we're going to do a hip carve. Right hand on the wall. We're going to stay upright as possible. Again, breathing in, creating tension. Getting tight in your belly, squeezing your right glute. I want your foot to come towards your butt, so squeezing your heel towards your butt. You're going to bring your knee up and bring your foot across the body right here. A little bit of external rotation as you go into hip flexion. From here, you're going out as far as you can, trying to keep your heel underneath your knee. Notice your belly button and where it's at. If it's rotating with your knee, that's not your knee, that's your low back. Rotate here, keep your belly button and chest facing forward. From here, you're going to internally rotate, reaching the knee back as best you can, and coming down. Good. That's one. We're going to go through another way. Same thing, sweeping forward. Heel coming up, back leg stays straight, reach outward, internally rotate, heel goes towards the ceiling, reach your knee back and down. If, I'm going to go through one more time, if when you internally rotated here, and this happened, with your hips, you probably are too high up in your range of motion. So what I would do is bring it down a little bit, rotate slightly, and then come back. Going 2 reps each direction. So once you get back to your starting position, you go back, you go out, you rotate, and bring the foot across and down. Trying only to move your left hip and nothing else. Belly button stays forward. Right leg stays down the ground. Squeeze your right glute. Cross. Good. When you get 2 reps each direction, turn around, do the opposite leg. Notice what you're good at, notice what you're not good at. If, I can tell you with pretty good certainty, if you seriously struggle with this internal rotation here, your hip is not functioning optimally, and we really need to fix that. Right?
That's why we're here.
I'll tell you that. Yeah. Big news. Nothing you don't already know.
So Patrick,
Yes.
I pull it back here.
Mhm.
I start coming up
Come across.
forward. When do I start moving?
There. So as best you can, you want to externally rotate as far as you can. So you can get your heel all the way up there. Do it. That's the goal. Yes. That's a great example, I guess. If you know pigeon and you want to get as far, in this position, I want to get as far of external rotation as possible, as if there was a ground holding me up there. Right there, we rotate internal, no hip hikes. That should feel really uncomfortable. 2 reps each direction. When you get 2, come back to your mat. Good, so that's the morning routine.
Every morning, right?
Every morning. So it takes some time to teach. However, once you get it down, you just run through it once. I make sure all my joints are working okay. I notice where I'm tight, where something's working, something's not working. And I might do some work that day to try to address those issues. Okay? Going forward now, we're going to get into supine position, so laying down on your back. Legs straight in front of you. I want you to bring your right knee up to your chest. I want you to grab it with your right hand and left hand. and pull it as high up to your chest as possible. Now we're going to do something very similar to what we just did. I'm going to count you guys down, 3, 2, 1, and when I do that, you're going to let go of your hands, and I want you to drive and squeeze and create tension in your body to push your knee back toward your chest as hard as you can. So a passive range hold. Okay? Here we go. Ready. Squeeze, get tight. 3, 2, 1, let go. Drive your knee up to your chest. Drive your knee up to your chest. Squeeze your abs. Get a little uncomfortable. Higher, higher. If it's easy, higher. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Grab it, pull it up a little bit more. Pull it up a little bit higher. Breathe, relax, relax, relax. We're going to get 2 more reps. Ready. 3, get tight. 2, 1, let go, let go. Drive that knee up. Squeeze your abs. Get up farther. Keep your back leg straight. Push your low back to the ground. Flex, flex. More, 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 more. And grab it. Again, if there's pain on the closed angle side, so the front of your hip, we're kind of running out of room there. We have a little bit of hip impingement. Might need to work on that. Let's do one more. Don't shove that past any pain here. Okay? 3, 2, 1, let go, let go. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Listen to my cueing. Good. Flex, flex, drive. Good. Slowly lower your leg to the ground. Slowly lower your leg. Straighten it out. All the way down. Relax.
Obviously,
Good.
it's going to be uncomfortable here. There's a difference.
Uncomfortable,
right
yes.
there.
Difference between uncomfortable and painful. So if I get here and I'm feeling a huge pinch, don't force past that. If it's just super uncomfortable and my abs are squeezing as hard as I can, normal. Take that right leg back up to your chest again. We're going to add a hinge to it. So if you need to, you can look at me. But right from here, I'm going to pull my knee up to my chest. I'm going to let go. I'm going to hold that knee where it's at. I'm going to try to straighten my leg out as best I can, trying to keep my knee in the same position, and then coming back down. Okay, we're going to extend and flex on my cueing. Here we go. Right knee to your chest. Counting down again. 3, 2, 1. Let go. Squeeze that knee to your chest. Drive it. Drive it as high as you can. Straighten your knee out. Straighten that leg. Bring the heel back to your butt. Squeeze your hamstrings all the way back. Do it again. Ready? Straighten. Straighten. As hard as you can. Good. Pull it back. Heel to butt. Squeeze your hamstrings. 2 more. Ready? Straighten. Flex your quad, extend as far as you can, keep your knee in the same spot, heel back down. 1 more time. Ready, and straighten the leg. Hold right there, hold. Good, bring it back down, and lower the leg. Good.
Shake it.
Shake it a little bit. No cramps yet? Nothing?
And you're working.
We'll get there, we'll get there. Left leg, same thing. The best part about doing it on one side is you have another opportunity to do it on the other side. So, here we go. Left leg, up to your chest. Pulling it as high as you can. Same thing. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let go. Let go. Drive the knee up to your chest. Squeeze. Notice if it's hard. Flex as hard as you can. Keep the back leg straight. Straight, straight. Grab it. Good. 2 more. 2 more. Relax. Breathe. Don't think about what's about to happen. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let go. Drive it up. Higher. 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 Try to keep your pelvis as neutral as possible. Flex your abs. Squeeze. Squeeze. Grab it. Last one. Last one. After this one, we're lowering it down slowly, pushing the ground away. Ready? And let go. Let go. Drive that knee up. Try to get as high as you can here. Really force the issue. Really force the issue. Good. Slowly lower your leg down to the ground. Straighten out. Parachute down. Parachute down. Good. Nice. One more time on this side, this position. Let's bring the knee up to the chest. A couple of knee hinges. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let go. Drive the knee up. Straighten the leg out. Right there. Bring the heel back down your butt. Squeeze your hamstring. Good. Straighten the leg out. Squeeze the quad. Get higher up. Pull that knee up toward your chest. Pull the heel back down. Good. Up again. Straighten the leg out. straighten the leg out, good, squeeze the quad, pull the hamstring back in, squeeze, 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 last one, good, straighten the leg, keep that knee high, pull the heel back to your hamstring and lower it. Nice, very good. Not bad, not bad. What's up? Okay, next position, we're going to go into a quadruped position, hands and knees, see not what that means. Shoulders over the hands, knees over your underneath your hips. Okay? In this position, we're first going to do 2 reps of the hip bar. Right side going first. The entire series is going to be knee up to your elbow, not let my low back round. Knee out, rotate backwards, reach around, and come through. Okay, so I'll try it together. So, right knee going up to your right elbow. Take your right knee out as far as you can. Do not round your low back. Do not rotate your low back. Rotate and reach back. Heel goes to the sky. Keeping your low back flat and bring it down. Sweep it through again. One more time. Knee up to your elbow. Reaching out. Reach back. Rotate the heel towards the ceiling and bring it forward. Good. Going back through again. Listen to my cueing. Knee going up. Knee goes out. From here, rotate your heel towards the ground. And try to put it as close to your hand as possible without moving your low back. Yeah, put it down wherever you can. So, some of you guys might be up here, some of y'all might be down here. That's okay wherever you're at. Not bad. From here, let's throw another example of mobility and flexibility. I want to sit back here as best I can into that stretch. Find the stretch in the back side of your right hip. Without using your back, try to lift up your knee. 3, 2, 1. Lift it, squeeze, 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 squeeze,
Not
squeeze,
today,
squeeze.
sir. Not
Yeah.
today.
Good. So, very good example again. Flexibility here, mobility, let's okay? Come back to the quadruped position. Keep the leg where it's at. Be a little more horizontal. Arms straight down, okay? From here, now try to lift it up. On my count. Ready? 3, 2, 1, lift. Lift. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Slowly lower, slowly lower. Nice. Notice what's doing the work. Is it your glutes? Is it your low back? Okay? Only so it's gonna be different for everybody, right? The one thing we don't want to see, right? The one thing we don't want to see is this and then that, or just complete tilt there. Okay? So before, when I'm counting down, use that as an opportunity to get as tight as possible, squeezing your arms down, flexing your back as best you can.
So if you lower your leg back far enough to get it up?
Yes,
like
for
I'm
now, for
not-
this, for our purposes, yes, absolutely. So if you're up here and you can't even move it, which is what happened when we went back to here, right? No one can even function there. Make it a little bit easier. Put your foot back a little farther. Put yourself a little bit more forward, okay? So right from here,
And you're not using anything.
try not to. Try not to as best you can.
You sit back.
Huh?
Makes it harder.
Makes it hard. So if you're doing this easy, change your torso position. Sit back. Okay? Only 10 more. Don't worry. Okay. Here we go. Ready. Squeeze, flex. 3, 2, 1. Lift. 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 And slowly lower. Could be. Yes, absolutely.
Did you do that?
So, goal being here, to try to get that knee up to the ceiling as best you can without rotating or twisting. For your low back, for your pelvis ankle. Okay? One more time. Ready? 3, 2, 1, lift. Squeeze. Lift it up. We're fighting for millimeters of inches here. As small as you can, get it up, get it up, get it up. And slowly lower. Nice. Keep it right there. Don't move that leg. From here, we're going out into a leg straight position. So, we're going to lift up. We're going to straighten the leg out as best we can. Put it out to the side. Okay? Right there. You might put it down to the ground. You might feel a little stretch in the groin. That's okay. From here, we're going to do something very similar. Back stays flat. Squeeze the abs. Lifting that leg up as best we can. Squeezing the outside of your glute. Controlling back down. Have you ever had somebody who's had a problem feeling their glutes? Right?
Yeah.
That's a good area, okay? From here, going 2 more reps. Squeezing, staying tight, flexing, and lift. Lift. Squeeze. Don't rotate the pelvis. Don't rotate the pelvis. Good. Slowly lower. Slowly lower. Good. One more. Ready. And squeeze, flex. Only an inch off. Just one more there. There you go. And slowly lower. Nice. Good. From here, we're going to sweep back, lift up, sweep the leg back behind you, and you're going to realize how twisted your pelvis actually was. Put it back down. So on my cue, lifting up, sweep backwards, toe goes towards the ground, set it back down. Okay? Now let's test all of y'all's hip extension and see what it really is. I want you to sit back on this leg right here, putting your ribs as close to this quad as possible, forearms down the ground, and without using your back, I want you to lift up your back leg. So that is your true hip extension. If you're not past your hip, it's less than 0, which is okay.
Hey Glenn, if you
The
lift
best
my leg
is-
up, I'll lift your leg up.
You can, yes.
So we're going to do a few reps here.
Squeeze.
If there was 0 movement happening in that position, bring your chest back forward. Okay? So this is the way to progress it and regress it. If I'm here, I completely lift up. If I'm here, I have a lot less range. So find a place where you're comfortable at. We'll get a few reps in here. On my cue, ready, squeeze and lift. Flex that glute, squeeze. You've never felt your butt before, now you have. Hold it, and slowly lower. Good. 2 more. Ready. And lift. Squeeze, squeeze. Keep your low back flat. Keep your low back flat. Don't rotate. Slowly lower. Last one. Ready. And lift. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Slowly lower. Nice. Good. Come on back to tabletop position. Good. Gotta make them equal, don't we? Left leg, same thing. Knee coming up to your elbow. Knee going out. Rotating the heel towards the ceiling. Reach back, trying not to twist your low back. Keep on going. Another rep. Left knee to your left elbow. Reach out as far as you can. Don't rotate your low back. Good. Too much there. Yeah, rotate the heel to the ceiling. Reach your knee up and down. One more time. Left knee to left elbow. Hold when you get out. Rotate your heel towards the ground. So again, back in that same position. Rotate the heel towards the ground. Find as far as you can. I'm trying to rotate right here as best as possible and put it down without moving the low back. Right there. We're not going to go any deeper from here. I want you to find a position where you think you can lift it off. On my cue, we're lifting the knee right up to the ceiling. Try and get that foot off the ground. Ready. Squeeze, irradiate, tension, and lift. Flex, 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 flex. Lower, slowly lower. Every time you put that foot down, I want you to think about parachuting down. Slowly allow that foot to hit the ground again. Ready, flex, squeeze, lift. Keep your back flat, keep your back flat. Challenge yourself. It's easy, make it flatter. Good, slowly lower. Ready? Last 1, 3, 2, 1. Lift. Squeeze. Yeah, good. And down. Nice. Very good. Picking that leg up. Straightening it out to your left side. Trying to get your low back as neutral as possible here. Squeezing the outside of your glute. Flexing whatever you can. And lift. Lift that leg up. A few inches off the ground is all we need. Don't go too far. Try to isolate. Try to isolate and relax. Vinny's got it. Yes. Good. I'm upset it took me this long, honestly. I'm upset with myself. Here we go. Ready? Flex and lift. Squeeze. 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 Get it higher if you can. And down. One more. Ready? And squeeze up. Flex. A little less than one more spine, Allison. Very good. And slowly lower. Nice. Taking that leg back behind you. Remember, there's scales for everything here. If it's not working for you, you do something different, put you in a different position. make it as user-friendly as possible, as individualized as possible. Find a range where you think you'll be challenged here. We're doing 3 more lift-offs. Ready. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze and lift. Keep that leg locked out. Keep the back leg locked out. Flex your glute. Squeeze, 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 and down. 2 more. Ready? And lift. Flex, flex. They're right there. Squeeze, and down. Good. Last one, ready? Squeeze, flex, lift. Keep your back flat, keep your back flat. Hold right there. And slowly lower. Yes. Good question. So if you're pushing off, or if you're like rotating, more or less, most likely what you could have been doing is like shifting here and then lifting, like that. That can happen too. Not bad. Okay. One more position. We'll go a little bit shorter than I had planned, and then we'll do some breathing, and then we'll be done. Okay, let's get into what we call the 990 position. Okay? I'm going to have my left leg in front first. I'm going to have this at a 90-degree angle, back leg at a 90-degree angle. If you've seen me in the studio the past however many months, you've probably seen enough of this to make it cute, but we're going to figure out how to do it now. Okay? From here, I want you to try to find a stretch in the back side of your left hip. Hands down on the ground. I want your spine as tall as possible. Pretend I have a string in your head and I'm pulling you to the ceiling. And I want you to take this left hip and shove it back in as if you were maybe doing an RDL or any sort of hinge. Okay? From here, I want to lean forward if you need to find a stretch. The higher up you can be to find a stretch, the better off for our purposes right now. Okay? Trying to find a stretch in the back side of your left glute. It should feel relatively deep in that position. If you don't feel it, straighten that front leg out a little bit. Twist a little more towards your left side. And then if you can't feel it from there, then we lean forward a little more. So, it's going to feel different for everybody. Now what we want to do here is probably put our leg back a little more in that direction. So it should be relatively similar to a pigeon, but obviously you have a different leg position in the back. From here, we're going to introduce the concept of pails and rails. Now, a pails contraction is simply flexing your lengthened tissue. Lengthened tissue in this case, backside of the left glute. From here, I want to take this foot and I want to push it down into the ground. So if the ground wasn't there, my leg would be going that direction. Okay? So I want to think about rotating from my hip and pushing that foot down to the ground, trying to make a crater in the ground. Make sense? From here, let's try it. Just the pelvis contraction first. Okay? Keeping your chest upright, getting down into that stretch, feeling the stretch in your end range of motion. On my call, we're going 10% tension into your hip. So not a lot, very small. We're going to ramp up to 100%, hold for 10 seconds, and then relax. Okay, here we go. 10%, pushing down, ready, go. Squeeze that foot, just a little bit of tension on the outside of your left glute. 20%, a little harder. 30%, a little more. 40, 50, start squeezing your abs. 60, a little more. 70, 80, stop where you feel comfortable. 90, if you want to go for it. 100% contraction as hard as you can. Squeeze the outside of your left glute. Keep your knee down on the ground. Push that foot on the ground. Flex, flex, squeeze. Squeeze as hard as you can. Focus, focus, focus. Flex, flex, flex. Good. And relax. Stay in that position. Sink into that position a little bit more. Sink into that stretch. Sink into that stretch. Good. To teach you the rails, I want you to come back up as far as you need to. Lean over to your left side. And I want you to keep your knee on the ground. And I want you to pick up your heel. Okay? As far as you need to. So if I ask you to do it up here, it might not happen very well. Okay? If you need to go down on your forearm here, that's fine too. Notice when you do that, cramp it?
No, that's just.
From here, you should feel a good contraction on the inside of your left hip. right there, okay? Now, come back up, get down in your end range of motion, now try to lift it off. Shouldn't move, okay? That's your end range of motion. So, a pils contraction, pushing down, strengthening the length of tissue. Rails contraction, strengthening the shortened tissue. Everything on this side. I don't care what muscle we're talking about, just any muscle you want. So, whatever tissue you have here, I want it to contract, trying to pull yourself down deeper into this stretch. Make sense? Get back down to that stretch, wherever it is for you. Try to keep your spine as upright as possible. On my countdown, 3, 2, 1, we're going to try to pull this heel up towards my chest. Squeeze your abs, squeeze everything you got. Make sense? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, lift, squeeze, flex it, find it. If you can't find it, lean back a little bit. Squeeze, squeeze, find that contraction, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, and slowly relax. Slowly relax, yeah, a little bit, yeah. Hamstring is common, calf is common. If you can't feel in that position, now we're going to go into a passive range hold from this position. What I want you to think about is first standing tall. I want you to lift up this heel as best as you can, and then I want you to lean back and trying to keep the same distance between your chest and your knee. So if right here, if this is my distance, I don't want to do this. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. There. Back here, it's kind of easy. I want to stay as forward as I can. I want to flex like as if I was picking it up, but I only want to pick it up as soon as I can, which for me is right there. For you, it might be a little different. Yeah? Here we go. Get in your end range of motion. Find that stretch again. On my countdown, squeezing. 3, 2, 1. Try to lift, lean back. Lean back, get everything off the ground. Keep your knee and your ankle the same height. Get it higher up if it's easy. Get it closer to your chest. Hold, hold, hold. Slowly push your chest down. Keep your knee up, keep your knee up, keep your knee up, and relax. Yeah. Let's do it one more time. And then we'll switch. Okay? Here we go. Ready. Squeezing, flexing. Try to get close to your chest. And lift. Lift. Lean back, pull it up, pull it higher, keep your chest upright, keep your spine straight, keep your spine tall, get up as high as you can, slowly come back down, try to keep your knee up as long as you can, and relax. Cussing is okay. Oh yeah, the cure for a cramp is 1, cuss at it, and then 2, just try to punch it until it goes away. That's the cure for a cramp. Switch sides. Actually, I'm sorry, wait, last one. We're going to start with a little rotation. So, left leg still going forward. Keeping your hands down if you need to. If you want to try with your hands up, you're more than welcome to. Take your right knee up, keeping your feet in the same position. I want you to rotate this knee up as high as you can until you can't anymore. Try to keep this leg down as best as possible. So from here, I want to stay as upright as possible. I want to reach as far as I can, trying to get my knees as far apart as possible. I want to open up as best as possible. Keep my knees apart. I want to rotate the opposite direction. Keep your hands down if you need to. Right knee goes down, left knee follows, but not sooner than it needs to. And now we're all facing the opposite way. Very good. Now we're on the other side. Same thing this side. Keep your spine upright. Find that stretch just if you need to. Keeping your spine upright, trying to find a stretch in the back side of your right glute. Back side of your right glute. Just passively stretching here. Find the stretch in the back side of your right glute. Keeping your spine upright, shoving that hip back into its socket. Try and put your belly button towards your knee. So you don't want your chest going to your knee, you want your chest going over top of your knee. Good, now we're going to start a short pils contraction. Ready. Pushing that heel down to the ground, pushing that foot into the ground. 10% tension, ready to go. Light tension the back side of your right hip. 20%, a little harder. 30%. 40%. 50. 60. Keep ramping that dial tension up. Turn it up higher. 70. 80. Try to keep that knee down if you can. 90. Good. Safest, hardest contraction you got. Push. Push that foot in. Push it down, push it down. Squeeze. Squeeze. Very good. Drive. Harder. Harder. Flex. Squeeze your abs. Squeeze the outside of your right glute. And relax into that stretch a little more. Relax into that stretch a little more. Breathe. Your body will not allow your range of motion unless you can breathe it. You can't breathe there, you can't get there. Good. Slowly coming up. Lean over to your right. Put your right elbow on the ground if you need to. Put your right hand on the ground if you feel confident. Lifting your right leg off the ground, keeping your knee on the ground as long as you can. Ready. 3, 2, 1, lift. Squeeze in that thigh. Squeeze. Try to get it up a little higher. Try to get up a little higher. Keep the knee down. Knee down. And slowly lower. Slowly lower down. Good. Everyone knows what you feel now. Chest going back to your end range of motion. Putting your chest over top of your right knee. Spine stays straight. As best you can. Going toward lift-offs. Same thing we did on the opposite side. I'll tell you to contract the inside of your right thigh. As I tell you to pull your chest back up, you try to keep the same distance between your knee and your chest as there is when you start. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Get tight. Squeeze. Try to pick it up. Pick it up and lift your chest backwards. Pick the heel up with it. Pick the heel up first. Heel up first. Squeeze. 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 And slowly push yourself back down. Keep the knee up. Keep the knee up. Keep the knee up. And down. Good. Get one more here. When you're trying to pick your leg up, think about picking up your heel first, not your knee. If your knee comes up first, it's a little bit easier. Here we go. Ready. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze, flex, flex. Sit back. Sit back. Try to pick the heel up off the ground. Try to force the knee lower to the ground if you can. Hold it. Hold it. Yeah, good. And slowly put your chest down. Keep your leg up. Keep your leg up. And relax. Very good. Not bad. Cool. Let's lay on your backs. Put the right hand on the stomach again. Oh. How's everybody feeling? Happy you're done. Good. Legs can be straight, legs can be bent, doesn't really matter. Again, breathing in on the 4 count. Exhale on the 4 count. Taking your time, allowing that hand to rise up. No pausing in between. Belly going down, belly going up. Slow inhale, slow exhale. Take time, breathe in. Last thing we'll do, on your next inhale, I want you to breathe in as much air as possible. And we're going to hold our breath for as long as possible. You have a lot of oxygen stored up in your body. You have plenty reserves. So, what we're going to try to see is how long we're going to hold our breath and how long we can maintain that position. Okay. So on your next inhale, in the next 5 to 10 seconds, I want you to breathe in as much as possible, and I want you to think about holding your breath. Here we go. Ready? And inhale as much as you can. Expand your belly. Expand your belly. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, and hold. If you need to breathe, do it, but you will be fine. Hold your breath. No panic necessary. You're completely fine. You're completely in a safe space. Nothing bad's going to happen. Don't panic. If you need to breathe, do it. But try to hold as long as you can. 15 seconds in. Good. Hold it, hold it. 5. Go. 35. Relax, exhale, exhale. Good. Couple more deep breaths. Inhale on 4 count. Exhale on 4 count. Taking time. Down, regulate. Take a stock of your body. Acknowledge how your hips feel. Acknowledge them might be a little bit tight. Acknowledge them might be a little bit sore. Last thing, exhale. Come back to sit. Cool. That's Kinstretch.